So after many years, we finally see each other again.
Yeah.
Many years far away from each other, and sometimes we met on the road, and that was always a great moment.
Of reunion.
Of reunion. And so the idea to ask you to come here and to be able to work together came because we were working on a new edition of Il grande spettacolo della fine del mondo, which is about climatic crisis, about exploitation, about non-currence of the environment. And when you said you were leaving Russia and you were going to try to get to Israel, it was like, yeah, why don't you come here? That would be great if you could join us. And however, crisis is always very difficult, and it makes travel difficult. So it took a long time, and only after you managed to get all the documents you could come. And so Il grande spettacolo was already remounted, but this was the occasion to work on something new which relates to something old. Let's say, an old question, which is the question of women violence, women taking care of each other, women trying to find a way out of patriarchal society. Yeah, and so
which
there we were.
Yeah, which also actually has a lot of connection with the situation I experienced, because I'm the woman who escaped from one situation and got to another, and I'm in this kind of process now. So I think it's just a good image of our way of work, our way of life, because I think this is how it has to be. Like the gardener has to do his job, the actors, the artists have to do their job. And so if we experience some crazy situations, if we see that somebody experiences crazy situations, this tragedy or whatsoever, then we just create something about it. Mm-hmm. And this is the way how it could work. I think for me, I think this is important to make things like this. And well, I also can say that it's important to create something something more simple. But anyway, I think it touches even these simple things, simple performances. They touch the global. I don't want to say problems, but like situations.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like universal things.
Mm-hmm. Yes. In any case, I think as artists, we have also the obligation or the task to try to put an accent onto questions which are contemporary, and we cannot give any solutions, but we can stimulate reflection and also look at them in a grotesque way, try to be able to laugh about sad things,
that's very
and
important.
to create lightness in spite of heaviness. Exactly.
And then in this case, it is, for me, it's very nice that I'm here with you, because you have this kind of vision, this kind of attitude to to the art, to what we do, because it's very similar with my opinion, with my way of doing things. And yes, I think it's important to laugh, to make this kind of grotesque and buffonade of all kinds of things, because it helps to overcome.
Yeah. because as always, art has always helped people overcome their difficult situations. I mean, we were speaking this morning about the fact that in concentration camps, people made music to be able to stand the difficulties and the sadness. And also in Sarajevo, I remember during the war, there were lots of situations in which people gathered to make music and to celebrate life against death. And this is, I think this is really important. And it is not our task to find the solution. It's not our task.
I don't think we can find the solution if there is one.
Yeah.
But we can do this. And this was one of the things that I realized during all my these movings from one country to another, that the only thing I know how to do is playing, so I should play, and I should do performances, I should perform, I should make music, sing, and this really helps. Also me, and also like this I can invite other people to take part in it, and so we survive together like this.
Yeah. Since in the past we only met to see at festivals and we saw each other's performances, and thanks to the beautiful language of the performances you were in, we also invited you several times to festivals we organized in Sardinia. So that was also always an occasion to get to know each other a bit better. But this time it was completely different, because you came on your own, because you're not working together with that company anymore, but as a single artist, and it was a way also to become part of what is our present situation. So this San Giorgio Spazio Teatro Vol, where we are still building up everything, but like to be a member of the company. And this was a great discovery, because I really felt that you were part of this theatrical family. And that's always wonderful to see, because it's not easy to find the people who want to be part of families.
Yes, and for me it's a great experience, because in this kind of myself, I'm also experiencing it like for the first time since I left the company. Then I worked in some others and did a lot of different things, but also with this, because for me this period since 2022, a lot of things changed for my personal experience, and even before I became this kind of independent artist, and it is something really valuable for me to be now with you in this new state. And I think just maybe we can say that it's late that we made it or something, but I think everything comes when it comes. Everything is in time, and it's time, and I feel it, that is great, and this is something really proper that happens to me personally, that I can experience this being with you together, not only rehearsing, which is a certain part of our work, but also doing all these things in San Giorgio, like watering flowers and plants and cooking and eating together and helping you with organizing things like cavart. So for me, it's just a proper experience that I can put a part of myself in. So I'm just very grateful to you that it happened, and because when the war in Russia started, I can confess, I wrote to different friends in different countries because I wanted to escape, to not to escape, but to
leave the country.
To leave the country. That, well, first of all, it was dangerous.
Because you also protested against the invasion.
Yes. Yeah. So for the people who protest, it is dangerous to stay in the country, and well, there are now a lot of things coming to my mind, but anyway. I mean, I'm not comparing myself to these heroes who are now in jail in Russia, but anyway, for me it was like that I wanted to leave the country. And so I wrote to different friends in Europe, and if there is a possibility to work together, because I was looking for different ways, and also try to work with in some other directions like teaching or whatsoever. But then you were actually the only one who was that open, that like immediately said, yes, Tomka, you're very welcome. So because others, well, I don't want, I know it is difficult, it could be difficult to have someone from abroad it is difficult, and there are a lot of work to do and everything, but you were the only one who said, who were not afraid of this kind of difficulties, and so we started to speak about it, and then we decided. I also had this opportunity to go to Israel, and so from there already, as in another state of like bureaucratic state of mind, I could come here, and this is something really incredible for me, that things happen this like different ways, and it is great. Anyway, it is great that it's happening. Anyway, it is really amazing that we can meet anyway in this crazy world and do something together. that's something that we can play. We can just experiencing life together, even go to the sea. And it makes me both sad, because there are parts of our world where people can't do it now, but it makes me also happy that we are the people who can experience this just life and being together like this, that we keep going, that we keep doing what we know to do, and that's the most valuable thing for me, that we keep loving each other, if I can say so, and just living.
No, but for us it was obvious that you could come, because in any case our whole story is built up of meetings and trying to overcome difficulties, because when we first set up the company, we were really tiny and with a lot of problems and so on. But I think if you are convinced in what you do, you try to go forward, you try to overcome difficulties, you try to overcome not only economic difficulties, but also situations which are very much in contrast with what you want. Because I think this gives the power also to what you do. Because my experience also in Poland was this, especially under Jaruzelski, when I went to work with Teatru Ósmego Dnia, you could feel the strength and the energy and the power of their artistic expression, because it was in contrast to something. And to a situation which was oppressing free expression and so on and so forth. And sometimes I find it very difficult in Western Europe to find people who have something to say, because it's like everything is beautiful, this kind of, and without any content, without any deeper meaning. And we have always been looking for this, and therefore it's important to choose the people you want to work with. And so it was obvious that we said yes. And even if there were a lot of difficulties, I mean, bureaucratically speaking, and there will still be, we will find a way. We have to find a way. I mean, this is the only way this is the way we live and work and aspire to change our lives and to give some beauty to other people, because I think beauty and art helps to live.
Exactly. Yes, this is something undoubtful, and yeah, that I'm really glad and happy that we have this kind of the same vision. I totally agree with all what you said, and I think all our experience together before, like 4 years before that we met, everything we experienced together show that we have the common approach, common vision, common way of doing things, and yeah, just all these difficulties we can overcome, and then we are not afraid of them.
Yeah. Well, fear is creating fear is the best weapon of the power structure.
Exactly.
So we have to really fight against fear, and yeah, this is the only way.